This conference will now be recorded.
The first thing we're going to do this morning is Susan is going to call off names for the two committees. And please answer that you're here or not, and then remute your phone after that. So Susan, you want to get started?
Yeah, I have Tom Shepard.
Tom?
He's still muted.
He's here.
Okay.
Next.
Rebecca Crooms,
Here.
Chet Bab,
He's here.
Tim Stiers, Scott Bailey,
Here.
Brad Newman, Joe Copeland,
Here.
Kyle Shrink,
Here.
Alan Moore,
Here.
Bill Savage,
Here.
Rob Sparks, Lori Sylvester,
Here.
Chuck Lesser,
Here.
Michelle Leval,
Here.
Tom Broderick, Mayor Broderick,
Here.
Rachel Christensen. Okay.
And then we have a couple other callers. If you're on the line and you're caller 2, 3, or 4, if you didn't get your name called out, please tell us who you are.
Jerry, this is Jack, and I'll drop off if David is there.
Okay, he's not right now.
David's on another meeting.
Okay, so caller 2, Jack.
I'll stay on.
Thank you, Jack. We got 2 other callers that are there.
This is Lori Sylvester. I had to call in also.
Okay, we got you.
She's on there twice.
She's 4. And
Okay.
And we got one other. There could be a duplicate there, Susan, where they may have it up on screen and call.
Okay. Anyone else that's on the boards that I've not called your name? Okay.
All right, we're going to go ahead and get started with the meeting real quick. At our last meeting there in June, we had enough folks when we started the meeting for the tech committee. We were -1 for a quorum until after we'd go ahead and voted for the minutes. So I just need a motion from the policy committee to approve the April minutes, and if somebody be willing to do that, because everybody that was there last time did vote for it. We're just one short. Just want to clean that up as a housekeeping item. So Susan, you want to just do a roll call?
That's policy or text, Jerry?
Policy, it's policy.
Okay, I so move.
Okay, who is that?
Jack.
Okay, it's Jack Keesing. Do we have a second?
Second.
Who made the second?
Somebody. Bill
We had
Savage.
2. It's Tom Broderick is one of them.
2 of us.
Okay, Broderick.
Okay.
Okay. All those in favor for the approval of the April meetings from the policy board, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay, opposed? All right, we're going to go ahead and do approval to the June 4th minutes. We do need a motion by the policy committee.
I'll make that motion. Bill Savage.
Second? Oh, that's all right.
Do we have a second from the policy board for the June 4th minutes?
Second, John Wright.
All right, John Wright. So now you know he's here.
Yeah.
All right, we got a motion and a second from the policy board. All those in favor from the policy board say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
We're going to go ahead and ask for the tech committee to do a motion and a second as well. So need a motion from the tech committee.
I'll make the motion. Kyle?
Thank you, Kyle. Do we have a second?
I'll second Brad Newman.
Brad Newman. All right, got a motion and a second. So all those in favor from the tech committee for the June 4th minutes, say aye.
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 Opposed?
Aye.
All right, thank you very much. Dave, you're up with resolutions
Okay, so we are doing a couple of resolutions here today, but this is the first one. We got several items on here. Most of them are NDOT projects. So resolution 13-20. And Paul, if you can bring that up on the screen if it's not already there. Can everybody see the resolution? All right, here it comes. Okay, so for number one, it's 2001708. This is a new project. It's for statewide consultant services for safety that'll be in 21. The next one is additional statewide consultant services for safety again as well in 21. The next one is number 3 is 1702981. This is a small structure replacement, 0.554 miles east of State Road 9 on State Road 28. It looks like that's going to go to letting at this point in time, construction in 2023. Item number 4, it's 2000170. This is a bridge painting for the I-69 northbound bridge over Old State 109 or Columbus Avenue. It looks like that is to occur in state fiscal year 2023 as well. Number 5 is 2000171. This is the southbound bridge, just the opposite of the previous one, another bridge painting also in 23. The next project, number 6, is 2000568. This is a preventative maintenance overlay. It's on State Road 13 from I-69 2.93 miles south of State Road 32. That as well is going to be constructed beginning in state fiscal year 2023. Next one is number 7, 2000584. This is another preventative maintenance on, this one is on State Road 109. This is from State Road 38 to I-69. Again, that is also occurring in state fiscal year 2023. Number 8, 1800685. This is the installation of an intelligent transportation systems, CCTV. Is what it's going to be. It's 2.1 miles south of State Road 09 to 3.5 miles south of State Road 26, all the way to the Delaware-Grant County line. That is on I-69. Those will also be installed, it looks like, in state fiscal year 2023. Number 9 is 1900128. This is a bridge deck replacement on State Road 236 at I-69. So that is 3.16 miles east of State Road 9, Scatterfield Road. And it looks like we are just adding a right-of-way to this project. It's already in design currently. Next is number 10, 1900146. This is access control along, this is at State Road 9 at 38th Street. I'm not sure the exact details of that. I know that they're going to be working on that intersection to improve safety there, so I'm assuming that is what that is. And it looks like we are adding right-of-way to that project as well. Number 11, 1900152. This is an intersection improvement with added travel lanes. This is State Road 9 at County Road 600 or Lindbergh Road. We are adding a right-of-way again to this project as well for 2022. Number 12, this is a preventative maintenance project on State Road 13 from US 36 to I-69. It looks like that is being designed currently with right-of-way shortly after in the same year here. Number 13 is 2001635. This is raised pavement markings, the refurbishment project, and this is various locations throughout the Greenfield district. I don't know the exact locations of those, but those will be done throughout, it looks like, this year, state fiscal year 2021. Right, number 14 is 1900194. This is a small structure replacement, State Road 32 over Stony Creek. It's 3.674 miles east of State Road 13, or Old State Road 132 Pendleton Avenue. And this is in LaPel. Looks like that is going to be moving to right away in 2022. Number 15 is 1702905. This is another bridge deck overlay project. US 36 at a bridge over Spring Creek, 0.58 miles east of State Road 9. Looks like we are adding some additional PE and also adding some construction dollars to this project. And it looks like it will be constructed state fiscal year 2023. Number 16 is 1800491. This is another bridge deck replacement at I-69 at the North Brown Bridge over White River. It's 0.23 miles north of State Road 32, which is right there at the exit in Daleville. Next, number 17, 1000492. This is another bridge deck replacement. This is the southbound bridge, the same location there in Daleville, Chesterfield. Also will be constructed, going to letting this year. Number 18 is 2001132. It's an intersection improvement with new signals. This is a State Road 9 at Cross Lake Circle. I believe we discussed this in our office. We work with NDOT to get this taken care of, as well as City of Anderson. So that improvement is supposed to be happening. That is between Cross Lakes Apartments near Cross Street and Scatterfield at the crossing, I believe, into the Payless shopping center there. And that looks like it's going to be constructed in 2021 this year. Next is number 19, 1702935. This is US 36 Broadway at Maple Street or Fortville Pike in Fortville. This is an intersection improvement with added travel lane or added turn lanes. Looks like we are moving right away forward and added some PE to this project for design. That should be constructed in 2023. Next is number 20, 1592444. This is a local project in Fortville, funded by the MPO. The bids came in slightly under, so I adjusted the funding from, if you look above, 775,104 down to the 485,602. Since the bid came in less, we just reduced that to allocate the funds to other projects. And that should be going to construction here sometime this fall. Next project is number 21. It's 1592447. This is the Mount Vernon Trail Phase 1. This is in Fortville as well. This is shifting some funds around just to make sure the use of our funds, the best use of our funds, and also moving it to 2023. It's going to be constructed along with a couple of NDOT projects to hopefully have some economies of scale for the LPA. But basically, it just shifts this construction forward to match the NDOT project and shifts the funds around to kind of best use of those funds. Next and last on this one is 1901435. This is an intersection improvement at County Road 200, Fortville Pike. It's an intersection safety improvement project. This is the same situation as the previous one with the Mount Vernon Trail and the intersection improvement that NDOT is doing. It's to move these all forward so they all match, again, for those economies of scale that hopefully will occur at letting better favorable bids and so on. So those are moving to 23 as well. So that is all on the first one, this first amendment. These are all exempt projects. You can see at the bottom in gray, it says exempt for air quality and transportation conformity requirements. And those are air quality conformity exempt as of yesterday. It's gone through a 7-day review period, like all of our TIP amendments are now required to do. So it's been reviewed by the ICG group, which is represented by NDOT, Federal Highway, FTA, and others. So that is what this one is. And then, so I guess, Jerry, at this point in time, we probably need a motion to accept this and adopt this resolution.
Yeah. Okay, we do need a motion from the policy board to approve resolution 13-2020. So do I have a motion from the policy board?
I'll make that motion. Bill Savage.
Okay, do we have a second from the policy board?
John Wright, second.
Second.
John Wright, second. Okay, I have a motion from the policy board to approve resolution 13, 2020. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, need one from the tech committee.
So moved.
Bailey, so moved.
That was Joe Copeland, I think. And who did the second?
I got it. Rob.
Okay, all right. All those in favor from the tech committee say aye.
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 Motion carries. Thank you very much. Dave?
Okay, the next one is Resolution 14, 2020. I'll wait for Paul to get that up here and I'll start in. Now this, while the other one was exempt projects, meaning they're exempt from air quality or added capacity to the system, or they're not regionally significant projects. This one here is a regionally significant project. It is added travel lanes project along State Road 9, State Road 67, basically the north junction of US 36 to Huntsville Road or Falls Park Drive. They're adding NDOT project, adding right away in 22 and then construction in 22 and 23. Like I said, this is proposed for non-exempt. It will go through review and it's still under review. But in anticipation of that acceptance from ICG, and just to let you know, they have twice as much time to review these as they do the exempt projects, just because it will affect the transportation system as far as capacity. So while this has already been reviewed previously and it's already been our tip, anytime you add funds, we do have to bring it back to ICG for that review. So that is the second step. But I guess in lieu of their acceptance of this, I would like to go ahead and call for a vote so we can go ahead and have that ready. They should accept this sometime in the next couple weeks. Like I said, it's more of a formality than anything on their end and ours. So Jerry, I guess at this point in time, this is the only one on this one we can call for a vote.
I do need a motion for 14, 2020 from the policy board.
Motion, Mr. Wright.
Thank you, John. Do I have a second?
Second, Tom Broderick.
Mayor Broderick, second. All those in favor say aye for 14, 2020.
Aye.
Thank you. Need a motion and a second from the technical committee for 14, 2020.
So moved, Brad Newman.
Brad Newman, we have a second from the tech committee.
Joe Copeland, second.
Joe Copeland, thank you, Joe. I have a motion and a second on 14, 2020. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Thank you very much. Dave, the next one's up is the MTP amendment. If you want to go ahead, and that's 15, 2020.
Yes, so I want to explain a little bit of what this is. So like we were just talking about, where the TIP amendments have to go through air quality review by the ICG board made up of NDOT, Federal Highway, FTA, and others. So does anytime that we have a non-exempt project that's going to add capacity or regional significance to our area or our metropolitan planning area. We do have to do an amendment to our MTP or Metropolitan Transportation Plan to make sure that project is listed in there and accounted for in the fiscal analysis and air quality calculations. So what we are doing here is when we do that, because we are in two air sheds. The air sheds are defined by the EPA. And the air shed that this is concerning is the air shed that is the Indianapolis, Central Indiana, just the entire 9-county region surrounding Marion County, which includes our county. So that air quality review has to occur, and Indianapolis MPO is taking the lead on this. So every 6 months, you were going to probably see something like this coming back to you. Either at a meeting or through an emergency resolution online vote. We're kind of syncing up right now with Indy. This is kind of the first time we've done this, kind of. Now that we've kind of solidified the process with Federal Highway. So what this is there's if you look at the endorsement there, it says 2045 MTP amendment and Central Indiana Transportation Conformity Determination Report. So NDMPO creates this determination report and adds any projects that might be new non-exempt projects that are going to add that capacity or regional significance to, or are of regional significance to the area. And it's that airshed. So since we obviously fall on that airshed, Indy leads the way. They have decided to do this every 6 months, and every time you do one of these, you do have to update your MTP or do an amendment to it, which is what we are doing here. Again, it's more of a formality of adding these, but I will let you know, since we have now just, like I said, solidified kind of the process with Federal Highway and the NDMPO, we went back and looked just to make sure that all of our bases were covered as far as projects that might need to be added into the report. Since this is the, really the first report that will include all of our projects, we do have several projects, and I'm going to kind of tell you what those are. So the first one, there's about 5 projects here. So the first one is State Road 13. It's an added travel lanes project. It is under construction right now. They're adding travel lanes and new signals at State Road 13, just north and south of the interstate at the 214 interchange. It's going to be it's going to go from intermittent 2 lanes with a center turn lane to intermittent 4 lanes with a center turn lane, plus a new auxiliary lane to align the I-69 ramps coming off each ramp. The other project is State Road 9, US 36, State Road 67. This is what we just talked about in the previous resolution. There are 2 DES numbers here. Basically, it's added travel lanes on State Road 9 in Pendleton from Madison Avenue south of State Road 38 all the way north to Huntsville Road at Fall Creek. It's going from 2 lanes with the center turn lane to 4 lanes with the center turn lane and or median. So obviously that's added in capacity as well. The next one you guys have seen before. This is the 73rd Street / 67th Street extension project. These is being designed and with a federal earmark that was awarded to the city of Anderson many years ago. This is the final piece of the funds that are being expended, but it is a new terrain road. It is going to be new construction, 4-lane, limited access, with multi-use paths, and it's going to be parallel to I-69. But that one also will obviously add capacity since it's a new road. The next one is the State Road 9 at County Road 600, Linwood Road. It's also would count as potentially regionally significant or capacity increase because it is an intersection improvement with added travel lanes on State Road 9 north of Anderson. It's going from a signalized intersection at Linwood Road to a reduced conflict intersection or RCUT with approximately 1,100 feet in added travel lanes and the removal of traffic signals at Linwood Road. Because of those added travel lanes and the way the intersection, it may or may not meet the need for a non-exempt project, but we felt that it was kind of borderline and we wanted to present it to ICG just in case that needed to occur. So this is kind of a safety net addition to this list that we're adding into doing the MTP amendment. The next one is State Road 13 at County Road 800 North in Madison County. This is an intersection improvement with added travel lanes on State Road 13 in Ingalls, actually border of Ingalls and Madison County right there. Going from a stock-controlled east-west intersection to a signalized intersection with approximately 2,500 feet in added travel lanes. Again, it's another borderline added travel lanes project. We felt like we should go ahead and present it before our ICG and add it to our MTP just to make sure that we don't have any snags and hold up NDOT projects. So now that that's the totality of what we are adding to the MTP, and as I said, you can go to our website. We have those pages that were affected. I believe it's only like 3 or 4. It changes our project list in the MTP, just adding these projects. It also changes the fiscal analysis table showing when we're going to be spending, or NDOT's going to be spending money on projects in what year, forecast period. And then it also has some, like I said, some air quality and capacity tables as well. And that's really the crux of that amendment. We did have to have a public hearing on this. We did held that public hearing on the 4th. We did not have anyone in attendance. It was virtual, held on GoToMeeting like we are doing now. So we've already done all of the requirements to present that. We received no comments in the interim during the period. It was advertised at least, I believe, at least 15 to 20 days in the newspaper. So at this time, we are asking that you endorse this amendment, and then the inclusion of these projects in the MTP, and also in that transportation conformity determination report that NDMPO is doing. And you can read further in this document if you like, but it basically states that in so many words. So at this time, Jerry, I guess I need a vote on this one.
Yeah. I do need a motion from the policy committee for approving resolution 15/2020, and that's the amendment to the existing 2045 MTP. It's not the one that we're working on now. So I need a motion and a second from the policy board.
Motion, John Wright.
Bill Savage.
Bill Savage was the second.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I have a motion and a second from the policy board. All those in favor from the policy board say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. I do need a motion from the tech committee as well.
I'll make the motion, Kyle.
Kyle, that was second.
Second, Rob Sparks.
Okay, Rob Sparks, second. I have a motion and a second from the technical committee for 15/2020. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item is for the policy board only. I'll try to make that short for you, and it's food and beverage approvals. And you got something from me that had the wrong resolution on it that I sent back out this morning, but the correct resolution number is 16/2020. Projects were correct. The resolution number that you got earlier was not. In the past, what we've done with food and beverage here, and this is for county food and beverage funds, it's not with the city of Anderson. At times, if we did not have enough money in the account, what we did was we approved projects and allowed them to go forward to the county council. And when funding was available, those projects would be funded. So I will tell you that what we have is just slightly under $1 billion in our beverage account right now. We have $999,719. What we have in regards to requested projects is $1,454,107. So that was short, basically $454,388. So we're going to go ahead and the subcommittee, I've talked to the members of the subcommittee, and they're in agreement with this. And so I'll go over what the projects are real quick. Alexandria requested $33,000 for police station repairs. That's for roof, steps, bathroom renovations. And that's what Alexandria had. If you know where the police station is, it's right there coming into town. Chesterfield's wanting to do some mill and fill in regards to part of Old 67, as well as some patching and structural repair on that. And it varies by cross section as to what it is that they requested. They're requesting $187,500 for that. Elwood's creating a park, which where the old train station used to be, but it's also right there adjacent to City Hall. If you know where the old Hooks is, it's part of that whole open space where the rail right-of-way was. The city owns most of that right-of-way. Where the park's going to go, they do. They're asking for $300,000 for that. Edgewood asked for 2 projects, which was $100,000 for drainage repairs. And those are spot repairs throughout the community in regards to inlets, replacing some pipes, upsizing some pipes. It varies, but they're scattered throughout town. Edgewood's second project, $75,000 for renovations to the old town hall for improvements. Franklin has issues with their water treatment plant and also replacing some of their hydrants. And they asked for $81,545,000. Madison County, up under that umbrella, was $50,000 for operating funds for CED, $50,000 for our agency, the Council of Governments, for GIS, and $174,062 for matching funds for TRAM, and also to work on a new dispatch system for TRAM, which is looking at automated vehicle location with that. We're going to try to partner with CERT on that and be their first guinea pig. Hopefully that's what we're going to do so that we can get the 10 CERT counties eventually, at least for the rural providers, unified dispatch service. Martinville had 2 projects. There's a parking lot that's right there across from Town Hall. Really needs to be repaired. They asked for $8,000 for that. And then they have a road that goes around their town park there. And they need to get that resurfaced, so they're requesting for $20,000 for that. Pendleton is doing a facade program downtown. They got a facade grant that was very successful. They're asking to do this for themselves, and what that is $250,000 for Pendleton. Somerville has some severe drainage problems around their library, which has caused some damage to that asset, and so the town's asking for $125,000 to get that fixed. Those are the projects, and they total up $1,454,107. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to do it. If not, that was the recommendations from our subcommittee in regard to that. So we'd like to get this forward to the county council on their agenda in September. So if there aren't any questions, I do need a motion for approval for 16-2020 policy board only.
I'll make that motion, Bill Savage.
Thank you, Bill.
John Wright, second.
John Wright, second. All those in favor from the policy board say aye.
Question.
Yes?
Jerry, you did, at the beginning, you said you were gonna, the motion, we're approving the full amount. And then when the money comes in, we'll be able to fund them later.
That's correct. Absolutely. And
All right, thank you.
It says 2020 or when funds become available.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. That's a clarification item. Thank you, Bill. We have a motion. We already have a motion there in a second. Yeah, all those in favor from the policy board say aye.
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 Opposed?
Aye.
Thank you very much. Okay, next item on our agenda is Ryan, you want to give an MTP update on our new long-range plan?
Yeah, Paul, can you make me a presenter so that I can share my screen, please? So this will be nowhere near as long as last time. It'll be a much shorter update. And I want to clarify something really quickly. I know that we have, that we just went through the MTP amendment. So I just wanted to specify real quick that that's for our current MTP. We are also in the middle of 2045 in motion, or towards the end of 2045 in motion, which will be our new MTP and will replace the current MTP. So hopefully everybody's seeing my screen now. All right, so quick process update on 2045 in motion. We should be releasing the first draft of the document today to the policy and technical advisory committee, as well as our stakeholder committee. This will be the first 6 chapters. We have one final chapter to complete that won't wrap up until after the regional exhibition, which is our final round of public engagement. We're hosting that online between probably through the entire month of September. We're hoping to get it launched here in the next week or two as well. But that'll be open for feedback on the draft document, the first 6 chapters of the document, as well as the action item and project list. That'll be the focus of this final round of engagement. So we're shifting gears into the regional exhibition And then we'll be shifting gears internally to focus on document revision as soon as we get comments back from the stakeholder committee, the policy board, the technical advisory committee, and a handful of state organizations that are also involved in the review process. So I wanted to recap very quickly what the first 6 chapters kind of cover, just so that everybody in the meeting is aware of what it is that we're asking them to do and what they'll be reviewing. So we kind of have the document itself broken up into 4 questions, not including the first chapter, which is really the level setting. That's just introducing the process, introducing kind of the federal requirements that we have to meet, those types of things. Chapter 2 shifts the document into answering this question of where are we now? We talk about the people, the places, the activities, and the transportation system that connects everything together. It's a pretty extensive chapter, actually, because there's a lot of ground to cover in kind of level setting exactly where our region is and then what we've seen happen over the last 15 to 20 years. And that's kind of our baselining so that we can talk about forecasts later on in the document. Chapter 3 discusses the question, where do we want to be? So this really recaps our public engagement process, the input we received, the level of involvement that we had, kind of the final outcomes, setting the vision statement, the mission statement, and the other guiding goals, objective level items before funneling down into the final actions. Then chapters 4, 5, and 6 are all focused on the question of how do we choose the path moving forward. So we look at things like disruptive trends like transformative technologies and demographic shifts, a little bit on climate change, and then of course we've added in a component on COVID-19 and impacts that we've seen from that and what we can use this sort of information for moving forward as well. Chapter 5 is our scenario planning chapter. So we discuss how we developed scenarios, what sort of elements were incorporated in scenario development. So these are things like different population growth levels for employment. This is different development patterns, things like that, all combined to make different future possibilities. And then all of that is kind of the first step in crafting what sort of projects the public wants to see and what's really needed through analysis. All of that gets funneled through chapter 6, which is our consideration chapter. That's where we look at or discuss some of our federal requirements, the limitations of our funding, the 3 kind of lenses that we have to look through before we have a final action list that we discuss: fiscal constraint, air quality impacts, and performance measures, and how all of those impact the final action list. That's really the first 6 chapters. So all of it is funneling towards the final actions, which I know is what people are most interested in seeing. But there's still a lot of content there, and we would love feedback from everybody on both committees. Our hope is to get chapter 7. That's the final action list. Our hope is to get that released early September so that everybody has about a month to review that full chapter before we bring it forward for adoption in October. So while the first 6 chapters are going through review, we'll be finalizing the final chapter. We'll be finalizing the project list. We are working on putting together at least a brief memo that we can hopefully package in the next week or 2 as well, specifically on the project list and the funding breakdown that we're kind of looking at right now. It's very preliminary, but that way, it gives everybody a week or so to start reviewing the first 6 chapters, and then what you're more interested in, the project list, will come, and then we will have more time for feedback on that before we put together, or while we're putting together the final chapter. And then we'll get it all packaged up for your review in September as well. So what the public would be seeing as part of the regional exhibition will be the first 6 chapters and potentially a form of this project list memo that we're hoping to put together as well. Like I said, that's going to be online. We haven't necessarily decided if we want to do any sort of like more direct public input using GoToMeeting or Zoom or something like this. We did have some success with our stakeholder committee doing Zoom breakout sessions, but for now our plan is to just strictly do it on the website with some sort of a survey to go along with the action items and discussion around the draft document. So hopefully we'll be opening that up for public comment here in another week or two. And then that would allow us 4 to 6 weeks basically to receive feedback and still leave us with a week or two before the October meeting to incorporate any feedback that we receive into the final document and get it officially adopted. So that's really all that I have for the update. If there's any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Otherwise, please look for an email from us, including the first 6 chapters of the document, and then supplementally, hopefully next week, the memo around the project list and where our funding is preliminarily looking like it's going to go.
Thank you, Ryan. Ryan, quick. Still there, I'm going to have you do a quick update on Pendleton's access control ordinance and thoroughfare plan and the Elwood ADA plan. Just a short status.
Yeah, so I'll do the Elwood ADA transition plan first. We are planning to go, that plan has been done for a while now, but it's been held off for the adoption process due to COVID-19. So we're expected to go to the Planning Commission next, or first week in September, and ask for a favorable recommendation to the City Council. And then we would follow up with the City Council in mid-September. I think they had to bump back their September meeting 1 week. So I think we'll be there September 14th for the final adoption of the ADA transition plan update for Elwood. In Pendleton, the right-of-way dedication and access control ordinances have been handed off to Pendleton's consultant to incorporate into their unified development ordinance. We're planning to host the 3rd stakeholder committee meeting for the thoroughfare plan later on this month. And we're hoping to tack that, or shortly after that, release a survey as kind of the first round of engagement for that process. Of course, everything's virtual right now, so we're doing the best we can to receive input, and we'll have to be a little creative, I think, to get input on that process. Oh, and they have, I think, made a lot of progress on the vision statement that they'll be taking to the public. So the survey will be kind of crafted around the vision statement and breaking that into some priority goal areas, as well as what sort of design elements we want to be considering as far as the determination of total right-of-way needed based on functional classification. So that is the Pendleton Thoroughfare Plan.
Thanks, Ryan. A couple other items under transportation update. Anderson Transportation Center, the ATC. If you haven't been by the site there on Jackson Street, you'll actually see that there's construction going on. Dirt's being moved. They had to replace and bring infill for the site, but it's moving along. There's a progress meeting every couple of weeks with the committee, and then there's also they meet on the off weeks with the contractor. The status is there. So if you haven't seen it, it's there. It's under construction, which is great news for. I want to thank the city for staying with that, especially the mayor. The mayor heads that up. But the board of works participates in those meetings as well as Lori. Lori's done a great job. Chuck's there as well. I'm there, and then the consultant, KRM, Montgomery and Associates. So we're finally seeing progress there, which is great. State Road 13, exit 214. We've got a meeting on that later. We've got some things that we're working on right now at 800 South and State Road 13 in regards to configurations. NDOT's got several projects going on in that area, and Dave alluded to some of those. But the other issue for us is access control, and then trying to change the circulation pattern there for Loves especially. So we'll be working on that. And for the communities that are on that corridor, which are LaPel, Belton, Angles, Porterville, and Madison County, you'll all be hearing from us soon in regards to that. So heads up on that. Local assistance update. Somerville Stormwater Project is done. The first stage submittal for closeout has been submitted as of this week or the end of last week. Getting close to the approvals for Franklin's development ordinances, and Neil's been heading that up, getting real close there, and they've done some changes to some things they want there, but we're getting close to that. Last item there, comprehensive plans. We're working to try to get some things under contract for some additional comprehensive plans for us for the next year inside of our jurisdiction here. Last item, which is not on there, I'm putting it there because they cut it short. Please get the information out to your citizens about the 2020 census. It normally would go to the end of October. It was supposed to go to October 31st. As of last week, they decided they're going to change that deadline to September 30th of 2020. So if citizens haven't responded before that date, they won't be counted in the 2020 census. Census is important for lots of reasons, because the CBDG dollars that the city of Anderson gets are contingent upon that. Their transit dollars are dependent upon that. The money this agency gets, that you all get for construction, is dependent upon that. And anything else that we can think of, lots of business to make decisions on that. So please notify your citizens. Maybe put it up on your website that they ought to basically say, if you haven't responded, they can do it online, but they need to do it. Because a lot of times they send enumerators out. Any that are out right now, they're going to be called back in the field sometime in September. So that's just a shout out that you go ahead and be prepared for that, because it has a lot to do with funding. And we need to make sure that we get every dollar we can for our state as well as for our communities. Any other notices or correspondences from anybody else? If not, our next meeting is October 1st. Hopefully it may be in person, but if not, you'll see it again online and we'll let you know. So please mark that on your calendars at 10 o'clock in the morning. I do need a motion from both committees for us to basically close the meeting. So I have a motion and a second from the policy board.
Motion, Mr. Wright.
John Wright, have a second from the policy board.
Second, Rebecca.
Thank you, Rebecca. All those in favor from the policy board say yes. Right?
Yes.
Yes.
Aye.
Okay, I need a motion for the tech.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Was Kyle. Joe was the second. All right. All those in favor from the technical committee to adjourn, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you much. Stay healthy. Appreciate your time this morning.
Thank you.
Aye.
Thank you. Have a good day, Jerry.
Thank you much, Mayor. Thanks, everybody.
This conference will now be recorded.